She's broken, but she's fun. My girl is playing from one child, she's getting played. Baby boy, 'cause I'm so happy without
I'm getting ready to do this tag. Hang on.
She's drunk on old cartoons, liquid TV.
This is Glass Animals. I'm going to see them in Portland Wednesday, and then I'm going to see them Friday in Seattle. Glass Animals. So I got my Psychic Reader shirt on for you guys tonight, and I'm doing the Reading Goals tag. Thanks, Roz, for tagging me tonight. I'm a wee bit bored, so we'll knock this out. And it's an original tag from Rosy Cockshutt. So I'll link to both those channels below. Plus, I'm tagging some people at the end. So, do you set reading goals? And go to the your original to get the prompts proper. Otherwise, I have to write them down and type them in with my thumb. So, thank you for that too. They're kind of just suggestions. It is a Chetty tag. Rouse is correct about that. And it's going to be longer if I don't get to it, hey? So 1, do you set reading goals? And yeah, I do. Since I joined BookTube 4 years ago, I'll get into it in questions below, but I suppose I set reading goals all my life, but I was a perpetual or professional student, whatever you want to call it. I spent a lot of years in grad school and in college. So I had goals that way, the syllabus. When in the year do you set new goals? Usually starting in December or so, if not before. See, when I say my goals have changed after joining BookTube in the community, I mean like all the read-alongs, the buddy reads, the monthly things like the hashtags, or weekly things like Poetry Thursday, for example. A bunch of us read poems on Thursday just to, remember poetry. Hashtag Victober. Every year in October we read Victorian literature. How about hashtag Faulkner in August? Me and my co-conspirator Brian at Bookish do a thing. We read some Faulkner, and this year it's going to be a summer of Faulkner, reading the Snopes trilogy, things like that. Right now, I'm ahead of my current group. We're doing Don Quixote on Voxer, so I had to take a break. I'm many chapters ahead of them, so to avoid spoilers and things like that, it's even up on my show. Three, do you have long-standing goals that you aim for every year? I guess I kind of answered that question. 4, what type of goal went wrong? Well, I just did a video yesterday on searching for a particular translation of War and Peace, and I couldn't find it at the library or the Powell's bookstore. So that fell to the wayside. It's up there. But, stuff happens. So that afforded me the opportunity to get my Clarice Lispector out and get a head start on this. Don't tell anybody. Because we have a Lispector group that's growing too. It's been around for a year or two. Me, Roz, and Una at Codex Cantina. Now we have Fraser too joined us. in here, I would also like to mention that we have a Thomas Mann, The Magic Mountain read along coming up too next month. So there's a Voxer group on that. Greg mentioned Greg again at Another Bibliophile Reads. So we'll add that to the mix. Let's see. 5. Do you change your goals based on how the past reading year has gone? My answer to that is yes. And I used to, I have a Goodreads account, and I haven't been there in like over a month because I was busy working. Now I'm off for a while, so I'll have time to catch up with that if I choose to. But nothing really turned me off about it. I just lost interest in Goodreads. But it's a great way to calculate how much you've read, man. But now with the advent of this war in Ukraine, I'll be interested in things about that. I want to read more about that. 6. Do you track your reading? I just answered that. Used to with Goodreads. Has any of this changed over the course of your reading life? And I think I kind of answered that too. With being in college and that you have a syllabus to follow, and you're around people who are reading a lot, reading diversely, and just all these subjects to pick from. Roz mentioned graphic novels. And I'm thinking about back in my life. I used to read Mad Magazine as a wee kid. Mad Magazine and the books for them. So I've always liked comic books and graphic novels and whatnot. So I'm reading this for the Irish Readathon, part of where I saw a graphic novel about Joyce. I'm there. And so far it's really good. I'm dipping into it, admittedly, but I'm going to read this proper when I'm taking it with me to Hollywood when I go see Tom at LA Books. One of the books I'm bringing with me. So I think that's about it. I'll tag some people. Todd the Librarian, I'd like to see a tag from you. And Danko Bain, you haven't done a tag in a while. The usual suspects. Have you done this, Greg? Another Bibliophile Reads? Let's see. That's enough. Okay, ta-ta, you guys. If I was organized, I'd be able to play some more Glass Animals, huh?